Welcome back to Beliefs You Learn from Media Without Even Realizing It. Today we're talking about war films because, my God, the war propaganda is everywhere because films and media are propaganda. So what are they teaching us? So a lot of films, when they focus on war, they rarely ever focus on just the absolute, stupidity that is war. They always show war as something that's necessary or something that is in a sense honorable because the soldiers are sacrificing their lives on the field. Therefore, this situation is honorable because the soldiers are honorable, and that's just not true, right? Most wars would be avoided if people just sat down and talked to each other, right? If people actually worked through with empathy and compassion and understanding and respect, most wars would not happen. Most wars throughout all history have happened because of greed, self-centerism, or just plain selfishness on the part of one ruler, and then they wanted to just go and destroy another group of people, right? That's war. But in films and media, what we're taught through, the lens of Michael Bay films, even Steven Spielberg with Saving Private Ryan and all these World War II films and blah, 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 we're taught that war is something that just happens. And in some cases that it's inevitable. And in a lot of cases that it's the honorable thing to fight in a war. It's the honorable thing to have your brothers at arms. And that war, while hell, is also a place where men can prove themselves and be real men and do manly things. And once again, that's just not true. If you do believe that men have to do manly things in order to be men, why can't men do manly things off of a battlefield? Why can't they just, be manly picking up rocks in the middle of a field? Shout out to Scotland. It just doesn't make sense when you actually sit down and think about it. But the only reason why war is perpetuated so much is just this grand, amazing, emasculating thing in film, the propaganda that they feed to us, is because people are going to start wars. Leaders in particular are going to start wars. And they need people, namely men, to believe that by joining a war they'll be able to fulfill their fantasies and dreams of, being the action hero. That's another thing we could talk about. But in reality, it's never the case. You talk to people that have actually been to war, that have experienced war, and they're like, this is awful and it should not happen. But film and propaganda is a powerful thing. So be mindful of what you are learning.